The iconic salsa is closed. Can you believe it? Look, this is the Dubai style chocolate at the Lindt shop at Piccadilly Circus. Oh my god, it was really social media famous, and still it is. Look, shortbread, Irish cream, all sort of chocolate. So we stepped back a little bit so you can see the shop. That's the Lindt shop, and up there the famous Piccadilly signs. Piccadilly Circus, full of people as always. Okay, from here you can see the neon signs properly. Tron Ares movie. Look at that. I don't think the guy who designed the London Underground logo expected that it's gonna be up there even after 100 years. And that's over there, the Regent Street. We're gonna walk down on Regent Street. Look at this, I absolutely love it because it's always moving, but obviously it's not really efficient because it's using so much energy. But you can see the ocean. We were at a coffee bar having a cheesecake, a lemon cheesecake, and a chocolate gâteau, a chocolate cake, and they had a massive black and white picture from 1959. It was written on the picture 1959, late fall, a small town in Oregon, and it was the same type of coffee like we were at, and it was Kennedy and Jackie O having a coffee on a black and white picture. I don't know, it was so strange because we are in London, UK, right in the middle, in the city center. Someone was very creative because we are at the construction site, and look at that, they put plants in the helmets. We are preparing to fly home back to East Europe, and so that was like a shopping spree. We were going to different places to collect all the stuff we needed, and obviously buying presents, and we kind of find everything what we wanted, which is a miracle because usually it's not the case. You have a list of, let's say, 5-6 things and you can find maybe one, but now we were quite lucky. We were in the right place in the right time, and even in the shops and in a coffee bar where we went for chocolate cake and the lemon cheesecake and the coffee, there were something I really like to talk about. I'm talking about families, big families, group of like 10-12 people. And for example, in the coffee bar there were like 7 children with how many adults? 4 adults. So 7 children with 4 adults, and they all had nice cakes and sweets, and they had such a good group energy. They worked very well. The dynamic was very good in this family. We were even looking at them if it's like 2, 3, 4 families traveling together, or they are one big family, and we decided that probably they are one big family. And the kids, they were such a good team. For example, all of them, they got Lego, a present, because in Leicester Square there is a big Lego shop, and there's like always like a queue to get in there, like 50 meters of queue, because it's really amazing. You can take lots of pictures for Instagram and social media, and there are things you can buy as well, all the new stuff. But it's good, like even it's like an exhibition place, because on the ground floor on this Lego shop and there is like a life-size, almost a life-size underground carriage, and there is like a Big Ben as well with Sherlock Holmes and all that stuff. They're changing the design around, and it's such a fun. So they were there, and all the kids, they got a present as well. And one of them took took out this Lego box, and the other all the other kids took out their Lego boxes as well, and they had such a good vibe. They were having fun. And later, when we were going to one of the shops, there we met another large group of people. Both of the groups, both of the families, they were from Italy, but obviously they could come from Kenya, from near Lake Tanganyika, from Slovakia, from anywhere. What I was looking at is the family vibe. They had such a good time, and they moved together, they worked together. Very, very, very good dynamic, very good energy. So that was really great. And 2025 is the same like 2024. We have so much tourists coming over from the continent. It's very, very good to see, because we get the news that other places like Spain, for example, and parts of Italy and other countries, they complaining that tourists, they just decided to not to visit. They're going somewhere else. London, England doesn't have that problem, so it's always good to see people, tourists, and especially families who work really, really well together, and they having fun time. Let me show you my record player, a turntable. Probably I need to open this. Yeah, you can see a little bit more because the cover is reflecting back the light. Look at that. I bought the most basic one. I didn't go for the expensive one. I didn't go for the medium range. I just wanted to try how is it, because previously, like most of the people, I was listening music on the internet, Spotify and all, and I wanted to know if I like the idea, to put the vinyl on it, and how it's gonna sound, the whole habit, if I'm going to like it or not. And it arrived, and I absolutely love it. I love the sound and everything, even though it was almost the cheapest one on the market. And yeah, I'm very, very, very happy about it, and I'm using it every single day since it's arrived. We went to the shop to buy jackets, and let me tell you, that place where we're going, it's in the middle of London, near Oxford Circus, Tottenham Court Road, where there are lots of theaters. It's the shop is next to the place where they play Devil Wears Prada, the musical, and the shop has 3 or 4 floors. It's a massive one, and we went to buy winter jackets because we're gonna travel to East Europe, and there it could be like -10, -50, so we didn't really have the dress for that sort of weather. I've been here in London for a very long time now, for years. I was studying here and everything, and here you don't really get, the weather don't really get too cold. So we bought jacket and everything. So when we went to this place, and I realized it's not on the ground floor, but you need to go to -1, where they keep the kitchen stuff, the kitchenware, where you can buy pans and pots and all sort of design stuff to decorate your kitchen. And downstairs they have a couple of books as well, lots of empty notebooks and calendars, and they have a shelf for vinyl, for records, for the traditional records. And I was so surprised. It's a new thing. That was the very first time I saw this. And they have all the classic ones, like Bob Marley and ABBA, Sting, lots of them. And I realized that only 2 of the records has this anti-stealing device, and one of them was for ABBA, and the other one was for Nicki Minaj. So the people who are working there, they looked at all these records and they said, okay, which one the people most likely to desire, most likely to take. And they looked at the cover of the Nicki Minaj album and they said, oh yeah, that's going to be the one. So there is something called the body mass index. So basically it's a very easy one. Basically it's your height and your weight, and they give you what it should be. So they give you two numbers and it should be either of those numbers or something in between. If it falls to a different, outside of that range, that then it means that you need to you need to get yourself sorted, some lifestyle changes or dietary changes. And as it happens, I remember my number was 28 on this scale, body mass index, and it's not that good. And I complained about this to my friends that I am originally from Eastern Europe, and what is a little bit on the heavy side is completely different what's considered heavy in the Western in West Europe. and yeah, most of my friends back at home in Hungary, they would well, I look very slim next to them. Let's put it that way. So I told this to my friends, and they were like, don't worry, just don't eat after work when you go home, and don't eat bread, and don't eat sweets, and you'll be fine in a few weeks. And oh my god, I don't like diets at all. I never done diet in my life because well, I have very high tolerance for many things in life, but diet is not one of them. Definitely not one of them. Yeah, that's it. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So we are right in the middle of October, and autumn or fall is so beautiful when it comes to big cities. So this is the exact time, September, October, when you visit big cities like London or Paris. Paris is amazing at autumn. You go to big cities and see and play tourists. This is absolutely wonderful. And for most people, this is the time when they get sick, they get flu or something like that. And yeah, when you go on public transport, everyone is like sneezing and coughing and all this stuff. And I've been lucky for many years. I can even say that 10 years probably. I hadn't had anything for the winter. I didn't get a flu, I didn't catch cold or anything like that. But oh my god, today I absolutely did. I completely forget how it feels. It feels terrible. Runny nose and coughing and just, the pain in the joints and then the movement, and it was I had really hard time to get out of bed. And yeah, it just the whole experience of today, having a cold and going through the city, traveling on a bus was oh my god, really bad. But I noticed something, because it's mid-October, the pups already dressed up, ready for Halloween. All these fake spider webs and ghosts and pumpkin heads and all sort of scary figures and figurines everywhere. The decoration is amazing, very rich, And I thought that, no, I completely forgot it. I completely forgot about Halloween. But I thought that it's gonna be like sort of like Christmas, where they tune down the things, like, you know, they have less budget for it or something like that. But no, 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 no. I can tell you that I've seen at least 10, maybe 15 pubs when I was going through the city, and they all looked absolutely amazing. And for me, it's really special, because so many things happened to me in pubs with the Halloween decorations. For example, the very last time, it was my friend's living party. It was up in North London, in the north part of Zone 1, Edgware Road. We were sitting in a pub, and I remember I was sitting next to a very scary looking witch figure. And yeah, we had a living party because that was the last working day for my colleague. And there was another time we were in a pub, very richly decorated with Halloween, you know, Beetlejuice and lots of Hollywood figures as well. When two of my best friends at the time, they met and they tried to figure it out if they like each other or not. And it was so funny. They were talking about different TV series, and they decided they both like the TV series, the iconic TV series, even though the ending was really bad, The Lost. So they like it, and they were like, okay, we're gonna be friends. But it's London, you know, everybody is like living so, you know, here and there, and, you know, hectic time schedule, so they were never actually met again. But I have so many good times spent in pubs when they had the Halloween decoration. And, you know, when I was traveling through the city today and I saw these pubs with the Halloween decoration, all these memories just came rushing back. And yes, it immediately made me feel better. So my cold is bearable. It's still here, probably gonna be with me for a few days, but yeah. Oh my god, take care of your health. It's very important.
In this sport to red version for ladies. Its profit costs only 20 euros, but
Look at this October sky. Look at the colors. It's very soothing, very calming. It's good for the nerves, because we're flying home for my grandma's funeral. Okay, good afternoon everyone. We have arrived to Budapest. You can see that over there, BUD for Budapest, Terminal 2A, and it's quite cold. It's like 10 degrees, so we have our winter jackets on. Look at the weather. When we came here, we thought the weather gonna be not so good on this day, on my grandma's funeral. We thought that it's gonna be raining all day, and we were even said that we brought the English weather with us to Eastern Europe. And then look at that, just 5 minutes ago we finished the funeral, my grandma's funeral, and the weather is amazing, like summertime. Look, that's our shadow. Look at the bright sunshine, and it's October, so that's why all the colors of the nature, because it's October, it's autumn, and it's beautiful weather. We were very lucky with the priest. Gave a very good speech. We were kind of worried about that, but then it was amazing. He nailed it perfectly. And right now we are walking back to the car park, and we're gonna go to a restaurant. It's called Halotitor. That's Hungarian for basically we're gonna have a lunch, and that is the deceased, the person who passed away. There's last lunch. It's tradition. I wanted to record this, our car ride leaving the cemetery, because when I walked in, I had grandma, and now I don't. Closure is a very important thing. To follow the traditions. It's not just the priest, the speech, the singing, and after the funeral, the last lunch, basically, because it gives you a closure, especially after a period of very, very stressful times because of the dementia, because my grandma suffered dementia, and now she is in a good place. On the way back home, there are two things I want to say, and yeah, that's it. Only two things. First, when just few hours before the flight to go home for my grandma's funeral, I was so sick I couldn't even move. I thought I'm gonna be in the bed for like a week because of this flu, because of the cold season. And what happened is, when we arrived to East Europe, to Hungary, I completely forgot. My body completely forgot that I was sick, and I was healthy and perfectly fine to attend the event, to say goodbye to my grandma. And that is a miracle. The weather was a miracle, that the family worked as one was a miracle, and that I suddenly I became healthy. It's amazing. I will never forget this. And the second thing I want to say is, when we went to the restaurant after the funeral, the staff members, we had two waiters, and they were amazing. They absolutely knew what to do, what to say, how to deal with us, what we actually need. I don't think we told them that we're coming from a funeral, so we don't, we need a slightly different kind of service. They just knew, because they were professional and they had such an work experience to deal with us, and they were amazing. Oh my God. Yeah. I think my grandma would have been very, very happy. She's watching us from above, and she said, yeah, well done. I think so. It was amazing. Thank you for everyone